Supergirl is the second film in the new DCU franchise, and realistically it needs to be a big hit off the back of the box office underperformance and mixed reviews for last year's Superman. There's been several trailers released for Supergirl so far, and I don't know about you, but it feels even more Guardians of the Galaxy than Superman did. The James Gunn influence clearly coming through there, and I don't think that that's the right feel for this movie, but there you go. There's been numerous test screenings for Supergirl. It seems more than normal, which I discussed previously, and there's been cuts with as many as 3 different endings. It seems the film has gone through quite a few changes, and given that box office projections are looking a bit mid, perhaps a bit soft for this movie, one has to ask the question, is Supergirl in trouble? I want to take a look now at this article from Geeks and Gamers. Supergirl final runtime revealed, cut to 1 hour 48 minutes after 10 plus test screenings and major edits. Wow, more than 10 test screenings for this film. It sounds like maybe they've struggled to find a cut of the movie that really works for them. It says Supergirl has reportedly had many test screenings in the past several months, and World of Reel's Jordan Rumi has been covering the reactions. At the end of March, Rumi said the new DC movie had had at least 8 test screenings, which he said was more than any other studio film this decade. The test screenings had versions of Supergirl with multiple endings, multiple runtimes, a beefed-up role for David Corn Sweat's Superman, and 3 different scores from 3 different composers. Now that Supergirl has a final cut, the test screenings are finally over, and Rumi has more information on how the film has changed since they began, most notably its runtime. The article goes on to mention how the film has been reduced in duration by 20 minutes to 1 hour 47 minutes. This is now among the shortest DC comic book films ever made. Not the shortest, but one of the shortest. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, actually. I think a lot of big blockbuster films these days are often too long, but it's just the amount of changes the film has gone through that is perhaps most concerning, because it could suggest that some aspects of the film just aren't working. Related to perhaps story or characters or pacing, who knows? We're going to have to see. But it suggests that something is just not gelling with the movie. Also, there's this article from cosmicbook.news. Supergirl box office projections cut again as DCU film tracks below The Flash. Now, I don't need to remind you that The Flash was a box office failure. It says Box Office Theory has cut its forecast for the DC Studios film by 9%, now estimating a US opening of $51 million when Supergirl hits theaters June 26th. So, a $51 million opening weekend in America would be less than The Mandalorian and Grogu, which is a box office bomb. And these films have similar budgets, I believe. I believe The Mandalorian and Grogu's budget was $165 million. Supergirl's budget is something like $175 million. So yeah, if Supergirl's opening weekend is less than The Mandalorian and Grogu, it's not going to bode well at all. It would need incredible hold week to week at the box office. My prediction is that this film will not be financially successful, and from the underwhelming trailers thus far, and the fact that the film sounds like it's gone through quite a few re-edits, I'm anticipating a pretty mid to poor film. So guys, I'm going to throw this one over to you. Is Supergirl in trouble in your opinion? What are you expecting from this film? And are you even interested in seeing it? Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell to be notified of future updates. Share the video. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.